Coverage coming your way is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. We are back in the state of Pennsylvania getting set to kick off the round here at one of the great golf courses in the world, Oakmont Country Club. Frank, you're very familiar with it because you were right in the mix down the stretch at the 1994 U.S. Open right here at Oakmont.
And Rich, it's so good just to be back here. You know, there's so much history in Oakmont. It's been a host to so many prestigious tournaments in our sport, such as the U.S. Amateur, the U.S. Open, the Women's U.S. Open, and the PGA Championship. It's just one of the true gems on the golf landscape.
This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming your way. It is one of the most difficult golf courses in the United States, Oakmont Country Club outside Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo, who was a part of that dramatic U.S. Open in 1994 at Oakmont, ultimately won by Ernie Els. Frank, when you think of Oakmont, what comes to mind?
The difficulty of the golf course, Rich. I know a lot's changed over the last 20 or so years. A lot of the trees have been removed. But really, that wasn't the story of Oakmont. It's the slick greens, you know, how firm and fast they can be. The members there, for example, you know, they marvel at the fact that people think they're fast. They say we putt on these greens every single day, and they're certainly no slower. But it's the bunkering as well. There's 210 bunkers here. They're all in play. And it just has that history. When you step on Oakmont, you just know you are walking on not one of the great courses in North America, but one of the great courses in golf.
I mean, that is a monster hit right there. He carried that more than 350 yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole.
Got to be careful here. Downhill, he's got to time it good because your weight's a little bit more on your front foot. snack, though.
Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
1 under early in the round. Still even par for the day. On the tee, ready to go. Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. What a display of power and precision off the tee. On the green here on the par 4 in 1. Good thing he stayed in the first cut because just a couple of feet over, that rough is really deep. Wouldn't call it a great approach shot, but it still ends up in the fringe.
A little bit of magic from here. The hole's not over.
A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. He can't believe it. Thought it was in. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Well, he's not going to be real happy with that. Wow. He has to make this for a double bogey. Well, he's going to beat himself up on the way to the next tee. You don't miss those putts. So a tester from 4 feet. So in the red figures at 1 under. Just a little tap in here. So 2 over par for the round. Third hole's a par 4. Again, it's 428 yards, but frankly, look out to the left and we can see there's nothing quite like the third at Oakmont.
Well, the church pews certainly might look beautiful from our point of view, but they really shrink the hole down, or the landing area, because not only the pews on the left side, but a bunch of bunkers on the right. You can see the tee shot plays a little downhill, but it funnels in so closely together that more often than not, we'll see players hit long irons off the tee here.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee. That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, what's our player facing on this approach shot at the second hole?
You've got to pick 1 or 2 spots. That's the middle of the front section or just that very top if you want to try and get the ball towards a back hole location. Once again, Oakmont demands pinpoint precision.
Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot.
This is that awkward length. You'd like that one again.
Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was bold. Very bold.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round.
Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. So, 2 over early.
Needs this for par.
That is a solid par putt right there. Frank, at Oakmont, you have to take advantage of scoring opportunities when they present themselves. Is this one of those moments here, the par 5, 4th hole at 609 yards?
It'll certainly be one of the holes that determine the champion because the difference between making 4 and 6 on this hole is extremely slim. Very, very stringent tee shot. You're heading towards those church pews and trying to cut the ball away from it. It's easy to see why Jack Nicklaus, who faded the ball, and Ben Hogan won around here.
Beautiful rhythmic swing right there and right down Peachtree. Beautiful looking shot right here.
Oh, come on, that's not even human. That's ridiculous. That is 350 plus yards. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way.
Second shot.
Headed for the bunker? That one is in the bunker.
And an awkward little bunker shot. Just splash it out, let the ball run towards the flag.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace. It's hard to be critical of that.
Now 2 to the good side. That drops. Now at 1 over par. We're at the 5th hole now. Short hole, but Frank, pretty challenging even at 382 yards.
Yeah, you've got the bunkers are staggered. The first 3 coming down the left side, and then they start to link up with the ones on the right side that just sort of narrow this fairway up. It just sort of changes the strategy. But if you can just sort of thread an iron up there, that's the main thing. Because this green is going to be very narrow in the front and then slope away to the player's left.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. This looks like it's going to find the target.
No doubt they'll be happy with that shot. Well played. Second shot on the 5th here at Oakmont. Shouldn't be a problem here.
Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Ooh, that hurts. It happens sometimes, Frank. They don't all drop.
No, but you try telling him right now.
Just a couple of feet. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Has it, and he's 2 under par.
Frank, what's the pros' take on the first par 3 here at Oakmont, the 6th, at just under 200 yards?
Oh, it's a real beauty. Very narrow in the front. You can see how it pinches in so close. It starts to widen up, but even to try and carry that bunker on the right side, there's very few players in the world that could hit it that high and manage to stop the ball in that corner. Once again, you're trying to thread it through that avenue at the front of this green. It's a tough par 3.
Don't want to miss it right here.
No.
Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. This is a good-looking shot.
It's no snack, though.
Well, that wasn't a gimme, but he sure made it look easy.
Has this one for par. Holding steady now at 2 under par.
All set here at the par 4-7. Frank, what do players need to look out for off the tee?
It's a rather intimidating tee shot there, since the trees have all been removed that used to be very, very close to this fairway. 3 bunkers down the right side, another 2 on the left. They've either got to be somehow threaded in between, or the longest hitters might just be able to squeeze it past.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. And that is a monster hit right there. He carried that more than 350 yards.
Second shot here at the par 4-7.
Birdie try up next. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
Tough game, Frank. You can hit 300-yard drives and miss 3-foot putts.
Yeah, there's the ecstasy, and that's the agony.
Well hold, now to 3 under par.
Even par currently.
That is a solid par putt.
We're at the 8th at Oakmont, a famous hole, and Frank, it's not often we say of a par 3 that it is a beast, but the 8th at Oakmont is just that.
Yeah, you can imagine a 300-yard par 3 to a flat green. That would be hard enough. But imagine a 300-yard par 3 at a U.S. Open to a green that goes up at the front and then crowns at the top and then slips away at both sides. That's the 8th hole.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Tugged that one a little bit offline to the left. And he'll pay a bit of a price because that rough is fairly thick.
You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish. But, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. And now he has this for the birdie.
Oh, good roll, good putt.
Getting set now over the putt.
Keeps the momentum going with that putt. Stays at 3 under.
Rounding out the front 9 here at Oakmont, Frank, it looks to be straight away, uphill. Anything to be cautious about on this tee shot?
Well, there certainly is. Years gone by, this was a par 5 for the U.S. Opens of yesteryear. Par 5 still for the members. And the reason why is it's a little bit uphill, semi-blind tee shot, bunkers left and right, and of course rough if you miss those. This is one of those holes, even though it's a par 4 now, you miss the fairway here, you are not reaching this green in 2.
This one's sweet, Frank. Super.
Tough approach shot here at the 9th.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie.
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one.
This is an awkward length.
That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
This will be a 14-foot putt here.
Made a good run at birdie. He'll have to focus now. Try to walk away with the par.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Right off the edge.
Just a fraction softer, then it might have just turned in.
Come on, don't do that.
Cruel lip out.
Nudge this one home, finish it up. Now at -2 for the day. A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. Well, too bad he gives one back.
Take a look now at the 10th hole, Frank. Par 4, 462 yards.
Yeah, this one can play a lot of different distances. And the reason why is if you can sneak a driver to catch the downslope, it can run all the way down. You can have just a wedge into it. You're not as fortunate and you leave it hanging up on that hill. It plays a good 200 yards for your second. This has exploded off the club face.
Come on, that's not even human. That's ridiculous. That is 350-plus yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Frank, what's this approach shot look like here at the 10th?
Another one you're trying to gauge what the ball's going to do when it hits the ground. If this hits the ground on the front of this green, then there's a good chance, believe it or not, it might stay on. Now, you think I'm joking? But you hit one there a little low that catches that front right corner. More often than not, it finishes on the back left.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. In the hole, and that'll bring the score to 1 under. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Two under par for the round.
Frank, it's only 379 yards, a par 4. You thinking birdie here at the 11th?
You would think for that distance, no, but you'd take 4 here. It's a stringent tee shot. The fairway doesn't really look pleasing to the eye. It looks like it moves out to the left, but that's exactly where those bunkers are. So more often than not, we see players hitting out of the right rough. And back in 1994, this is where the playoff finished with Lauren Roberts and Ernie Els. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Well, he's on the green, but still plenty of work left. About a 25-footer coming up. This looks to be at least an extra club, maybe two clubs going way up that hill to the green. Miss hit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot.
Birdie chance here. A very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good. Line looked good. Just did not take that final break.
Putt for par. He needs one. Good stroke right there. That's a par and stays at 1 under. They'll take it. That's a par. Well, the par 5 12th here at Oakmont is no cupcake. It measures in at 667 yards.
Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
That is a monster hit right there. He carried that more than 350 yards. Nice position, short grass, second shot. Frank, this one's not looking good.
Yeah, certainly not down the fairway line, heading toward the rough.
Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap. Right in the heart of the fairway. Green light special. Headed for the bunker, I think. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. In the greenside bunker here, Frank. Nice to go to the beach, but not too often, we hope. On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity.
Rich, with a lie like that on the rough, you're going to get too much grass between club face and ball. You're going to have to adjust for that and at least take a club or two more.
getting ready for the putt. And with that putt, he moves to 3 under. Just a couple of feet. Looks good today with that birdie, bringing his score to -2.
From a long par 5 to a relatively short par 3. We're at the 13th at Oakmont, 183 yards. Frank?
Another hole, because of the shape of this green, that you're almost breaking down into 3 sections. That front little circle you can see, the bit in the middle or the bit at the back. You're trying to play to one of those 3 sections.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie.
Good chance at one. Almost. Wow. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Getting set now over the putt. Keeps the momentum going with that putt. Stays at 3 under. Good chance here. Has it going, 3 under for the round.
Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. We're at the 14th hole at Oakmont Country Club. Frank, it's only 358 yards. How good is the scoring opportunity here?
This is certainly one of the best chances on the back nine here for birdie, that's for sure, Rich. Just a long iron off the tee there, threaded in between bunkers that adorn both sides of this fairway. To set up to what you would say on Oakmont standards is a relatively gentle green. fine.
Well, those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Well, certainly playable from here. Ball is in the first cut. Not too bad. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. That puts them at 4 under for the round. Needs this for par. Just a little tap in here. So after all that, it's a bogey. All teed up at the 15th. It's a par 4 of 499 yards. What a test here, Frank.
It certainly is. The tee shot here is a little bit like the par 5 12th, where the fairway slopes quite severely from left to right. It means the pews there on the left side are actually not a bad place to aim at. You just have to allow for that kick and roll towards the right.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Come on, that's not even human. That's ridiculous. That is 350 plus yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Nothing wrong with that par putt. Just 5 feet left.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
Yet another demanding hole here at Oakmont. Par 3 16th, 231-yard par 3. Frank calls for a well-struck long iron.
It certainly does. It's going to favor something that's hit a little higher and a little softer. If you could just mentally cut this green in half and just sort of look at the left half of this green, that's really the best way to play this hole. And the reason why is the general contours all move to the right. That ball can still funnel down to the right side of the green.
See if you can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie.
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Frank, I thought that was in. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one. Really. This is that awkward length.
Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause.
This for par. Has it for par. Stays at -5.
Frank, here we are at the 17th. It's only 313 yards. That's par 4, by the way. Nowadays, that could be a par 3. What's the right way to play this hole, or does it simply depend on where you are in the championship?
I think it depends on where you are in the championship. Sometimes people try and hit drivers at drivable par 4s. Believe it or not necessary to make birdie, but it's the easiest option to make 4. One of the problems here at 17, if you do lay it up and the flag is on the right side, you turn it into a very, very difficult short par 4. And that's the reason why people often try and drive these greens.
Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
Oh, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he's thinking on that.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Wow, I thought he made that. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Now a 7-footer. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Good work right there. He'll settle for par. So just a formality here. Did the job right there. Great finishing hole here at Oakmont, Frank, the 18th.
I remember back in 1994, this was the last hole in a U.S. Open ever played by Arnold Palmer. He couldn't pick a better finishing hole to win a championship or say farewell.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
No, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
That is a monster hit right there. He carried that more than 350 yards. Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Well, Frank, it comes down to this. One more good swing, one more difficult shot.
And one more correct decision as well here, Rich. Different levels on these greens. This ball is going to have to land on the correct level to get the right result.
This is just a superb performance. Great round to this point, Frank, and you can really see that reflected in his mood today.
Yeah, it just looks too easy. Swinging the club beautifully. Ball's going exactly where he wants it to. He's not trying to take too many risks. So consequently, he's getting birdie opportunity after birdie opportunity.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
That would have been a real bonus had it dropped, but as it is, good putt. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Frank, amazing how this hole has gotten away.
Yeah, he's not Robinson Crusoe. Happened to everybody that's played this game.
Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
So a tester from 4 feet.
Well, just playing a nice round of golf. Has that one for par, and now at 5 under par. So they'll tap in. And now at 1 under for the round.
So that'll do it from historic Oakmont Country Club in western Pennsylvania. Frank, Oakmont yet again has stood the test of time.
It has. It proves it's at the top of the tree with regard to testing every department of a player's game in whatever era they played.
So for all of us here at EA Sports, I'm Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo saying so long until next time. EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. Simply put, there is nothing like it in the game of golf. It is by far the biggest spectator event in the sport. We're at TPC Scottsdale in Scottsdale, Arizona. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. And Frank, what can you tell us about this golf course?
Well, everybody wants to know about 16, the famed par 3 here, surrounded by those skyboxes. Once again, that'll be a topic of the day. But really, this is a regular sight for the PGA Tour. So those of you that were familiar with the golf course, it's now changed. 2014, the designers Morris and Weiskopf did a massive renovation.
Well over 100,000 fans every day, better than 500,000 for the week. It's a giant party mixed in with a heck of a tournament.
Oh, come on, that's not even human. That's ridiculous. That is 350 plus yards.
Second shot, good look at the green. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Excellent shot to within 10 feet.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
One under early in the round. Just a couple of feet. In the hole, and that'll bring the score to 1 under. Now to the second hole, and Frank, what can you tell us about this par 4?
A new tee has been added, lengthening this hole 30-plus yards. Plus, what used to be just one bunker on the right side of the screen has changed to a little pot bunker and the addition of 2 bunkers on the left side. Still a semi-blind tee shot, and the hole just bends softly to the left. Another very good par 4 here at TPC Scottsdale.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight.
Good-looking shot right here.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par.
How did that not go in?
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Steady, solid, and at 1 under par right now. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. So 2 under early on. Frank, what's the strategy here off the tee at the par 5 third?
For the long hitters, they still think that they can reach this par 5 and 2 comfortably with a good tee shot. For the shorter hitters, it really is a thought about where you lay up that second shot to try and leave a good third shot yardage in. Still a good tee shot, though. That hazard down the right side protects against someone who's a little too cavalier off the tee.
Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag.
Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Here's the second shot from 180.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. He got away with one right there. Just missed that bunker.
Yeah, that looked like it was sand the whole way.
And he steps up to take this shot from the fairway.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
They don't come around too often. Opportunities for eagle. You want to seize it if you get the chance. This is a good one here.
That was a good run right there. Almost went in.
At least he's seen the line as it went past the hole. So just replicate that on the way back.
And getting ready for the putt. Frank, this is the kind of start every player wants.
Yeah, swinging it well. Certainly hit the ball in the right place there. And good thing, too. He's actually putting well.
So in the early going, already -3. Frank, what kind of shot is required here at the par 3 fourth?
A little drop shot par 3 down the hill in today's standards because it's under 200 yards. Series of 3 tee boxes, so plenty to choose from there. The entry into the green is well protected now by the 2 bunkers, one in the center and one on the right front of this green.
On the green and looking at a birdie opportunity. Playing a full 180 yards now. This is how the game is supposed to be played. This has been just outstanding. Beautiful to watch. Oh my goodness, Frank. I think that baby went in. 28 feet from the cup. Good effort and good par putt. Well, Frank, now at the 5th hole, the par 4, the challenge stiffens just a bit.
Yeah, the longest par 4, obviously in the start of this golf course, around the 470-yard mark. 2 bunkers down the right have been changed to 1, but it's in the perfect position now. Of course, that new tee added to add a little bit of length to this hole. The green still remains relatively similar to what it used to be.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Good swing, good shot yet again. Just a beautiful approach shot. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. This one just requires a little bit of focus. You have to like that. 4 under. Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Ready to tee off now at the 6th. This is a dogleg left.
And another hole that's been stiffened by bunkers on both the left and the right side, really giving you the decision on what club to hit. Should you be bold or should you be smart?
Excellent drive, Frank, right where you want to be.
Oh, come on, that's not even human. That's ridiculous. That is 350 plus yards.
Setting up for the approach, this player in total command.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The decision-making, club selection's been spot on, but the execution, the swing, is really what I'm admiring right now.
What a great shot. Right next to the hole. It's about 5 feet.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Not a gimme,
But well within his range.
continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Looking to make a move. This putt for birdie. And he has it for birdie. On to the par 3 7th, 215 yards from that back tee box, Frank.
This hole hasn't really changed. Still has that V-shaped green where it's very narrow in the front. A high-flying shot in here that carries that front edge, and you'll find the further and further you go back there, the more receptive and that green starts to widen.
Pure strike, good result.
Right, and that is close.
Settles in over the putt.
Moves to -8.
Second shot.
Six under on the day.
Frank, the par 4 eighth, this is a good hole.
It is. A dogleg to the left forces the player to go out the right, and this will play every inch of its yardage, which is over 470 yards. Green's still pretty much the same with that false front. Unless there's a flag position in the front, you're really going to have to fly it at least 20 yards or so into that green. Otherwise, that ball is going to run towards the front. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. Might be a tough shot coming up. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. 99.23564 recurring. That's what I make it. Frank, it's not just a golf tournament at the TPC Scottsdale.
It's a party.
It's a giant throwdown, isn't it?
It certainly is, but the atmosphere works there. It just fits in. The players are aware of it. They're quite fine to play amongst it, too, because it's such a rare event.
And to be honest, a lot of the fans, and there were almost 180,000 on Saturday alone in 2013, a lot of the fans, they don't see a single golf shot. They're too busy having a good time, having a party. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. That's birdie, and that's just another example of how everything seems to be clicking today, especially on the greens.
Yeah, good green reading, too. You've got to take your hat off to that. The line has been perfect, and the pace has matched it.
Great shot. Get the birdie. Rounding out the front nine with a par 4 of 453 yards from the back tee. Looks to be straight away here, Frank. Anything to be cautious about on this tee shot?
Well, that bunker, there used to be two bunkers down the right side. There is now one, and it also pinches into the fairway, which almost makes this hole look like a faint dogleg right. But really, the best line is still down the left side, so it still actually suits a draw off the tee. Green is slightly elevated and not very deep, too. So judging that second shot, getting the right club is essential here at 9.
Oh, he loves that one. You can see it. This one is high, it is deep, and it is gone. I mean, that is a monster hit right there. He carried that more than 350 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
This one measures out to 15 feet. There you have it. Well done. Great putt.
Well, there's impressive, and then there's mind-boggling. We're at mind-boggling now. 10 under par. Setting up to start the back nine here, and if it's anywhere near as good as the front nine, Frank, he'll be very happy with his score at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hardest thing right now is to just keep doing the same thing without focusing on the score.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough. This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. And now we'll have this for birdie. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Locked in on the read and the speed. Frank, there's an old basketball announcer who used to say when a ball went in and out of the cylinder, just the way that one did, he would say, ringtail howitzer. And that one just didn't go in. Mark a birdie on the card. Just a little tap in here. Did the job right there. Moving on to the 11th hole, Frank, water all along the left side. 472 yards. How do you handle this one?
Well, this one's weird because the tees are a little off-center. They start down the right side, which makes it into a dogleg. And you mentioned the water. It always comes into play. And there are 0 fairway bunkers. You don't need them here at 11 because really it's all about the tee shot. Find the fairway, then even though it's a long par 4, you should be able to at least attack that green safely. Miss the fairway to the right, which is the bailout side, and your problems are just starting.
But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Good swing, good shot yet again.
Repetitive is often sounds boring. This is just shot after shot, and it's anything other than that. Spectacular.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. Shouldn't be a problem here. Under on the day. This from 7 feet. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Well, Frank, this is kind of the forgotten par 3 on the back nine here at TPC Scottsdale. All of that attention on hole number 16. What do you think of the par 3 12?
This is by far tougher, Rich. Downhill tee shot, especially off that back tee. Bunkering down the left, sort of it catches your eye, but it also takes your eye off the water, which is behind and to the right of this green. Got to be careful. This is a real sleeper, this par 3.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Makes it right in the center. Now a chance for a birdie. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Par 5 13, Frank, what kind of scoring opportunity is this?
Well, anytime you get on a par 5, obviously birdies and eagles come to mind. 13's been changed a little bit over the years. The split fairway's gone, now it's just one fairway. Water in play, bunker on the left side, they certainly define this fairway. And they've toughened up the front and left side of this par 5 green. The longer hitter, a high ball hitter, still will get a reward at 13.
Nice drive, right in the fairway, and a good swing on that one. Oh, come on, that's not even human. That's ridiculous. That is 350 plus yards. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. I like the looks of this one. And they're close, about 8 feet from the cup. .180 yards away, ready to play the second shot.
Should be safely on deck.
And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Now a 7-footer. So close.
And yet it still counts for another shot.
Well, in the words of the late, great baseball commentator for the Yankees, Phil Rizzuto, it's time for Holy Cow, Whitey. That's 11 under par. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Par 4 14th, Frank, it seems as though you'd be pretty happy with a par here.
You would, even though the putting surfaces here at TPC Scottsdale are excellent. It's going to take 2 good shots to reach this 14th hole. You can get in a little bit of trouble off the tee. That bunker on the left very much in play. The rough on the right side is no snack either, because the ball, more often than not, will finish well above the player's feet. And, of course, that green is very, very narrow, well protected by bunkers on the left.
Well, this one has a chance to be really good. Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Frank, what's so compelling about rivalries in sports is that athletes need each other if they're going to go to great heights. Joe Frazier needed Muhammad Ali to solidify his legend. Jack Nicklaus probably needed Arnold Palmer to go to a place that he had not been. And I think that's true across the board as we look at rivalries in sports.
I think it defines careers, Rich. It's not until those players retire that they realised how important it was to have that foe. You know, so often we're living in the present like we are now with Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. And it's not for years to come that we'll realise the sport wouldn't have been the same with one without the other. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
This is a 13-footer. Wow, I thought he made that. Wrong time to be leaking oil here at the 14th hole, Frank.
Well, to state the obvious, too, that was very makeable. That's the one you'd expect to make more often than not. That's going to hurt.
Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Nudge this one home, finish it up. This has a good ring to it. Minus 14. All right, Frank, now the fun begins. We are teed up at the par 5 15th hole. Plenty to talk about here.
Yeah, the fairway down the left side is anything other than straight. It's more like a shipwreck, the raggedness of it. And that water in play, well, if you do find one on the fairway, you can sort of always wave across to the people that are walking down the 11th hole. Find the fairway, you can reach this par 5 and 2. A little bit of an island-looking green there, bunker on the left, and also another bunker just short right. But a fairway missed here. Well, you can rack up 5, 6, 7. We've seen all sorts of scores here at 15.
And that is a monster hit right there. He carried that more than 350 yards. To where the hole is cut, just about 190 yards, Frank. This one's looking good. Up to the 15th green, but looking at a tough putt, considerably long, over 25 feet away. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid.
And the computer dials this one up at 26 feet. That was a good run right there. Almost went in.
At least he's seen the line as it went past the hole. So just replicate that on the way back.
These putts keep the round together. Good putt. Would love to get this one. Big putt for birdie.
Knocking down all the shots today. Now 13 under.
Now to the 16th hole, and Frank, what makes this so special is the walk underneath the grandstands. It's the Gladiator coming into the Coliseum.
That's a perfect description, Rich, and that's why this hole is unlike any other hole on the PGA Tour. The atmosphere that the players feel on that tee, they cannot prepare for, they can't experience anywhere else. This is a once-in-a-lifetime par 3.
And when you look at it from up high with the blimp view, it sort of appears as though they've dropped Fenway Park or Wrigley Field right into the desert. And this is a sellout crowd. I mean, this is 20,000 fans. And there's nothing like it. There's not a single hole in golf that has more fans on it than the 16th here at TPC Scottsdale.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
Great tee.
Beautiful. Just a tap in to finish the hole. 14 under on the day. Frank, when you get to the 17th hole, we always recall maybe the single most bizarre shot in the history of golf.
Yeah, everybody talks about maybe a hole-in-one at 16, but really 17. And the player was Andrew Magee. It was a good tee shot, don't get me wrong. But Rich, it needed an assist.
Well, the assist came from Tom Byram, whose brother Kurt is a commentator for the Golf Channel. Tom Byram was just minding his own business, standing on the green, sort of leaning on his putter, and you know what happened.
Yeah, the ball hit Tom Byron's putter and then careened into the hole. So, 17. Made famous, a little bit of history with a couple of names to drag up from the past.
Regarded as a very accurate player, that shot says it all. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
This one has a good line. Go ahead and do that. What a putt. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. And he has it.
A good putt with the inside. Rich, 18 was always considered a long finishing hole.
Not for J.B. Holmes.
Yeah, the water was always in play. And then the day he took it over the left side and carried everything and went on to win, that completely changed the way this golf course played ever since that day.
And it resulted in some of the changes we're seeing now.
Yeah, evidence, the new bunkering down the left side. But it showed us all how much and how strong these guys are, how much they've improved over the years. Ah, nice.
Looks good. Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Good-looking shot right here. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. Mishit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Nothing wrong with that par putt. Really good round out there today. What's the mindset, Frank, to keep it going?
First thing, really, Rich, just try and keep the same composure for tomorrow's round. Get some rest. We know that. Shouldn't really have to hit the range. Swings in good position. Just keep it easy and visualize how tomorrow's going to pan out.
This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next.
Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Novelo calling all the action for EA Sports. We're at Quail Hollow in Charlotte, North Carolina. And Frank, what makes this such a good test?
It's got a great flow to it, Rich. Holes that bend in both directions. The phenomenal finish that's named the Green Mile, which is 16, 17, and 18. Some reachable par 5.
Today's coverage brought to you by EA Sports and the PGA Tour.
Well, hello again and welcome, Rich Lerner, alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobila. We are in the great state of North Carolina, set to kick off the round here at Quail Hollow. Frank, it is one of the most well-respected courses on tour.
And for good reason, Rich. Great layout. Also,